Boy, how the tables have turned, bruh, for Cortez. Let's talk about it.
DJ Nizzy, Mr. Nice Guy.
All that street shit that you talk, you not serious. Begging for a fade. In Brooklyn, we pop, period.
There's no way. Sometimes this is how I feel, bro. I feel like there's no way that this can be real life sometimes, bro. Sometimes I feel like, bro, there's no way that we could be living in real life. You know what I'm saying? The reason I say that, bro, is because the way things unravel and unfold. This situation with Cortez versus Tsu Surf, it gets to me, bro, and it really bothers me, right? Because building up to any given Sunday, the main event battle that was supposed to happen between Tsu Surf and Cortez, building up to the battle, initially, when the battle was announced, the culture was in a bit of a shock, right? And the majority of the culture, what I saw left and right was, oh, Tsu Surf is going to smoke Cortez. Tsu Surf is going to smoke Cortez. Blase, blah, blase, blah, blase, blah. All this because of the storylines and the narratives, right, that Tsu Surf has spewed over the course of like 10 years or so, that he's been trying to get Cortez up out of here for whatever reason. Because of those storylines and narratives, bro, people automatically, jump on the Surf bandwagon and they're like, oh yeah, Surf 30, Surf's gonna get him out of here, Surf's gonna get him out of here, blase, blah. Because a lot of people have already been brainwashed, bro, and have fallen into that storyline narrative, bro, that Cortez is trash, Surf always, downing Cortez and blase, blah for years and blase, blah. So a lot of people, for some reason, have this automatic thought, bro, that Cortez is not good or is not, whatever the case is, bro. Some stigma, you know what I'm saying, that was mostly created and started by Tsu Surf. A lot of us can agree on that, you know what I'm saying? So at first, a lot of people's reactions was, oh yeah, Tsu Surf, you know what I'm saying? Tsu Surf is going to get him out of here, blah, 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 whatever the case is, blase, blah. Getting closer and closer to the battle, I feel like Cortez, right, for some reason, the storyline and the narrative started to change a little bit in Cortez's favor. Because a lot of people really started to think about what's really going on here, right? And the fact that Cortez has been wanting to talk to Surf for years now, bro. Like the immediate reaction for a lot of people is, oh yeah, Surf's gonna get him out. But then you stop and you think about it and you start to get closer to the battle, right? And you start to see face-offs unravel. You start to see Tsu Surf in a sombrero with a mustache on in a face-off, calling him Mexican and all. You see these antics, right? And you start to see things unravel. So people you start to, Surf is, talking his talk and blah, 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 while Cortez going into this battle was more quiet, bro. Humble. He's not saying much. He just wants to wait to get to the day to talk to Tsu Surf. That's it. That's all he wants to do. So people seeing these things play out, right? Building towards the battle on any given Sunday, I feel like started to affect and change the opinions of a lot of people. A lot of people started now saying, yo, bro, I wouldn't be surprised if Cortez gets a 2-1. I wouldn't be surprised if now people started thinking, I wouldn't be surprised if Cortez. Now the narrative starts to change a little bit, bro, going towards this battle. This is if you're paying attention to media, to opinions, if you follow groups, if you follow the battle rap community, you see these things unraveling and you see people's opinions now saying, bro, I wouldn't be surprised. Cortez could come with some ish, like we know who Cortez is. He's been blah, 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 blah. So you see the narrative start to change a little bit, bro, in Cortez's favor. You start to see it change a little bit, bro. So now Cortez has actually a bit of momentum, bro. He has some momentum now actually going into this battle, even though at first the public opinion is, oh, Surf's going to get him out of here. Oh, there's no way Cortez can win. Surf's 3-0. Surf's just smoked 3 people in a row in 3 months back to back. You know what I'm saying? There's no way he can lose. Blah, 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 blah. That's the initial reaction. But then time starts to go, you know what I'm saying? Things start to play out when we start to see what can possibly actually happen on this night, bro. A lot of momentum going into this battle, bro. Then on any given Sunday, right? For some reason, somehow, right at the moment where the main event is about to go down, there's a big brawl that breaks out. A big issue breaks out and happens, bro, involving one of the people that were supposed to be in the main event, Tsu Surf. Conveniently, coincidentally, right before the main event, all the battles occurred, everything happened. They let all the battles happen. But then as soon as it was about to be Cortez versus Tsu Surf, for some reason something happens. Now, I'm not going to say, and I'm not going to sit here and say that this was some kind of setup or that was fake or blah, 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 blah. But it was extremely convenient how that happened, bro. It was very, very convenient how that happened. Cortez has a battle maybe 2-3 weeks after with Snake Eyes. So the fact that this battle didn't go down, now Cortez has to focus on Snake Eyes, throws Cortez off of his course and off of his momentum now. Everything is messed up now. What happened? We all were expecting, anticipating this battle, blah, 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 blah. It was on caffeine. Bro, there were so many people that were tuned in. The caffeine stream didn't even, bro, it was impossible to watch because it was lagging so much. They didn't have enough capacity to stream the amount and let people, the amount of viewers that were trying to view, you know what I'm saying? They didn't have enough capacity or whatever. This is how crazy it was, bro. All the momentum going in there, bro. And then a big portion of the community actually now having an opinion saying, yo, bro, Cortez could actually get him out of here. Cortez could actually win. He could actually take the underdog, bro. The underdog story and narrative is real, bro. The underdog effect is real, bro. Storylines and narratives really matter, bro. Like, storylines are profitable. Narratives are profitable. These things are profitable. Like, these things matter, bro. So all this going into this battle, bro, it's like, it's crazy, bro, because we're like, yo, anything can happen now. Any given Sunday is like, it's literal now. Now it's a literal thing. Anything can happen on any given Sunday. Because the narrative starts to change, bro. People actually start to take a step back and think, oh, Cortez has been wanting to talk to Surf for a while. You know what I'm saying? We start to see Surf coming with a sombrero and a mustache thinking, yo, if this is going to be one of Surf's angles, bro, Surf is not even Mexican. So, if you really, really think about it and take a step back, can Surf actually really, really win when it comes to rap and bars? It starts to get a little bit more serious now. There's a little bit more on the line now for a Tsu Surf. There's a little bit more on the line. There's a little bit more to lose now because of public opinion, bro. There's more to lose now. Surf has more to lose now, a little bit more to lose now coming into this battle. And Surf, being one of URL's most profitable investments, most profitable assets, we can't afford for this to even happen. I feel like the risk versus the reward going into that battle on any given Sunday wasn't worth it for the URL because it was possible that Tsu Surf could have taken an L. I hope some of y'all are following where I'm going with this, bro. It's very possible building up to that battle that Surf could now have taken an L, bro, on caffeine. Bro, there were, how many people were viewing? And then if those people were actually allowed to state their opinion and vote, that's risky. That's very risky. So I'm not saying that situation that occurred and unraveled right before the Tsu Surf and Cortez battle was fake or was like some kind of conspiracy. But it's very coincidental, bro, that happened. Very, very very ironic that happened, bro. And when you understand business and you understand storylines and you understand risk versus reward and you understand like that things have to play out how they have to play out sometimes in order for you to gain benefit financially, sometimes things have to happen, bro. So again, very ironic that situation happened at that time now, right? Because Cortez again started to gain a lot of more momentum going into the battle. We started to see things play out. You need to understand. The opinion started to be more towards now, oh, Cortez could possibly win 2-1. We got to see what happens. That's dangerous, bro. That's risky for a business. That's risky. And it was a caffeine event. So the brawl I don't even want to go into like and speculate what I think actually happened or what was behind the cause of that brawl. If some of y'all follow me, y'all probably already know what I think was the cause of that situation. It wasn't caffeine, it was a caffeine event. That caffeine event was sabotaged. And again, I don't want to speculate on exactly who, why, or what, but it was sabotaged. Absolutely, bro. It was a caffeine event. It was sabotaged, not by caffeine. I don't want to sit here and drop names, but I feel like that happened intentionally. What happened intentionally. It happened on purpose. Now, this is what makes me upset about the situation, right? Cool. Now, Cortez's momentum gets put to a stop. Now, the momentum gets put to a stop now because the battle's not happening. Now Cortez has to face Snake Eyes, blah, 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 because Cortez is under the impression that he's battling for the hardcore belt, and he wants to be able to build his storyline further because he understands that he has some momentum coming into the situation. He finally gets a Tsu Surf battle after 10 years of Tsu Surf trashing it, dragging his name through the mud. Cortez understands this, so he's gonna do a Snake Eyes battle now, 2-3 weeks later for a hardcore belt. This is what he's been promised, bro, for the longest time, that this battle was being set up because he's doing it for the hardcore belt. This is why Cortez is doing the battle versus Snake Eyes. Otherwise, he wouldn't be battling Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes is not, he's supposed to battle Surf. What business does Cortez have battling Snake Eyes? The only reason he was battling Snake and agreed to do is because it was for the title, the hardcore belt title, which would add to Cortez's storyline because Tsu Surf is the owner of Midnight Madness. So now he has the hardcore belt for Midnight Madness and he's battling Tsu Surf. Storylines and narratives matter, guys. They are either profitable or not profitable. For the URL, for Cortez to have all this momentum, it's not profitable because Cortez is not a URL puppet. Cortez is not a URL puppet. So by any means necessary, Surf has to be the one that looks the best in this situation. By any means necessary, bro. Even if it means intentionally sabotaging any given Sunday. Even if it means sabotaging any given Sunday. A situation where Cortez had a lot of momentum and a lot of potential and possibility to actually beat Tsu Surf. And if the numbers are correct, over 500,000 people were going to be able to watch it and have their opinions on it. Which again is risky. The risk versus the reward for the URL, who is the owner of Tsu Surf, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So again, I don't really want to fully go into my thoughts as far as why I think that situation and that brawl actually happened, right? But it's very ironic how it happened during that situation. Storylines and narratives matter. That's what sells this content. That's what sells it to us, is storylines. And this Tsu Surf and Cortez storyline is extremely important. It's important to the second power, bro. It's important to the third power because this has been brewing for 10 years. This is not just any storyline. This is Cortez versus Tsu Surf. Tsu Surf is the face of URL, if you ask me. Some people have their opinions, whatever the case is. I say it's Tsu Surf because Tsu Surf is like the voice, bro. It doesn't really matter who specifically it is, but for me, Surf is like the face. So Surf has to, bro, by any means necessary, Surf has to be the one to look good. And the public opinion has to remain swayed towards Tsu Surf because he's our ticket seller. He's our puppet. He's our employee. Cortez, not so much. He does more so he does what he wants. Surf, he's our guy. We got to keep him looking real good under any circumstances, in any situation. We have to make him look good. He has to be the winner. He has to come out on top, victorious, by any means necessary, bro. This is the thought of a business. This is, and the reason that it's the thought process of a business is because, bro, this means money. Like all this means money. Like the more, the longer that Tsu Surf remains the superstar, and we all believe that Tsu Surf is that guy, URL is going to continue to profit and make mad money off the back of a Tsu Surf. So they have to do by any means necessary whatever it is and whatever it takes to keep him on top and to make him look like. And plus, Tsu Surf does a lot for the URL. So he's also beneficial to the URL in that way. Not just because they can make a lot of money off of Tsu Surf, but because Tsu Surf does a lot for the URL. So it's multiple reasons why. But this is what it all comes down to, right? And upsets me the most. This is what really wanted to make me step back and make this video today, right? It turns out that this battle's being rescheduled now, which is dope, fire. Inconvenient for Cortez because he just had to focus on Snake Eyes and he ended up not battling for the hardcore belt, right? Because of some Midnight Madness issues or some confusing stuff that was happening and fishy stuff that was happening in the background. Even though we were promised that we were battling for the hardcore belt, it turns out that Cortez ended up getting to the venue to battle Snake Eyes and finding out at the venue that they are no longer battling for the hardcore belt. Cortez was put in between a rock and a hard place, bro. Cortez continuing to be sabotaged. Again, the Cortez conspiracy, bro. But Cortez being the man that he is, we all know Cortez is for the culture, bro. Finds out when he gets to the venue in Albany, but does the battle anyway, bro. Because he's not trying to get there and look like an idiot, bro. And be like, oh, nah, even though he's there already. Even though he just found out he's no longer battling for the belt, he could have said, nah, I'm not battling no more. But nah, because he's in Albany and he knows the people out there, they rock with him, he was like, I'm going to still put on for the people, bro. Even though the battle meant absolutely nothing, bro. Nothing. But the Tsu Surf and Cortez battle gets rescheduled for May 7th on Civil War II. Now, it turns out that this battle is going to be a URL app event. So this mega battle that almost broke Caffeine on any given Sunday, where we had, if the numbers are correct, over 500,000 viewers or something like that. Obviously, thanks to also other people like Charlie Clips and Hitman and ish like that. Still, now, this battle is going to go down and go on the URL app. Where now the audience, it's no longer free to stream on Caffeine now, is what it's looking like it's going to be now. Now the audience is now more limited to the URL fan base specifically. Specific URL fan base. So the people that are such fanatics of URL, right, majority, because that's not me, but I still pay for the app, are going to be the ones that get to see this battle and judge it. That's a big problem. That's a big, big, big problem for somebody like Cortez. There's a couple of reasons for that. The URL fan base, and I mean this with all due respect, is very biased. The URL fan base specifically that pays for the app for the most part is very biased towards the URL in crowd and the popular guys. I'm talking about your Tsu Surfs. I'm talking about your Geechee Gottis. I'm talking about your Rum Nitties. Very biased towards specific people, bro. That's one problem with that. The second problem with that is it limits who's going to be able to see it now for free and streamed and have their opinions heard on who won the battle. Mind you, there were over 500,000 people that were tuned in to watch that night, which is why Caffeine kept crashing. There's a lot of those people that are not going to be, that don't sit here and pay for the URL TV app. They just wanted to see the battle because of the hype, because of whatever reason. They might have known Surf and Cortez from back in the day and just fell off from battle rap, no longer watched, and just wanted to tune in for free. Whatever reasons there are, there was a lot of people who were watching and were going to have an opinion who are no longer going to watch and have an opinion because the battle is now going onto an app that you have to pay for. You know how many people out there constantly say that they don't even know how to get onto your... Bro, this now limits who's going to be able to see and have their opinions heard to the specific URL fan base. And again, the majority of the URL fan base, and I'm part of that URL fan base, but the majority of that fan base is biased towards URL specific battlers. There's battlers, especially Tsu Surf, bro. One more reason why that's dangerous, bro, for Cortez now is because I don't know if y'all remember the Murder Mook versus Tay Rock situation, bro. This is on camera. There's footage of this still on my channel. You can look it up. Murder Mook app or whatever. Bro, it's on my channel. You can look it up. There's footage of the app being manipulated. There's footage of the votes being manipulated. There's actual footage of votes being manipulated on the URLTV.tv app. There's actual footage of it. I'm not just saying this. You can look it up on my channel. Murder Mook, Tay Rock. There's somebody is holding a phone while recording their phone, because you can't screen record in URLTV.tv app. You can't screen record it for security, right? So they have a phone recording they're trying to vote for Murder Mook, and the votes are actually popping up for Tay Rock. There's footage of votes being manipulated. So URLTV.tv can manipulate and has the ability to manipulate. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? It's their app. If you own an app, you have the ability to do with your app whatever the hell you please. So when people say that's a conspiracy or something like that, that's no conspiracy. Like if you own an app, like if I create an app, like I can do whatever I please with that app. Like, you know what I'm saying? And tell my app developers you know what I'm saying? Have whatever I want done with, even if it's manipulate numbers. Numbers are manipulated all the time. That's what it's called. It's called manipulating numbers. Like that's really what it is. And that's a thing that can happen. That has the potential to. So this is all now, the momentum for Cortez now going into this situation has completely, the tables have turned, bro, for Cortez. Now I feel like Cortez is kind of like in a Snake Eye situation going up against Twerk, to where there's no way Twerk is going to lose. Twerk can't lose. There's no possible way Twerk is going to lose going up against Snake Eyes, because the situation is a Midnight Madness. Those are all of Twerk's people, right, for the most part. And Twerk being one of the top ticket sellers and most popular guys for the URL has to be somebody that they have to try and get their names up there again. Like they have to do, the URL as the business and the parents of these guys have to do whatever they can and whatever it's in their ability to keep these guys' names at the top. Because again, the reason for that is because they're their ticket. They're the people they make money from. These are the money makers, guys. Like you got to understand, it all comes back to money. The reason why we have some things happen the way they happen is all because of money. So Cortez is now in a lose-lose situation, because the URL app, even if the actual URL fans that are on the app vote for Cortez to win, the numbers can still be manipulated, just like the Murder Mook versus Tay Rock, to say that Surf won. So even that's an issue. Even if the URL fans on the app are not biased and actually give Cortez the win, now URL, Smack, Beasley, and Chico have the ability to manipulate the numbers, though, to make it look like Surf won. That's a problem, bro. If people don't see that this is a big problem now, that the tables have completely turned for Cortez, I don't know, bro. This is why sometimes I can't believe that this is real life, bro. Because it's like, yo, the way things, how clearly it is to see things sometimes, and the fact that people don't see it sometimes, it's like, bro, this can't be real life, bro. It's either it can't be real life, or people just intentionally choose to ignore real life. People choose to ignore the facts. People choose to ignore what's really going on. But, you know, I'm glad that there's people that are like-minded like me, like some of you guys that watch me and follow me, that understand exactly what I'm talking about, that understand the business of what's going on, understand what's going on behind the scenes, and understand that some things have to happen the way they played out. Some things have to happen. That had to happen. Or at least in the eyes of the business, that had to happen. Any given Sunday, and that big situation that went down, and it now being on the URL app specifically, where it's a much more controlled situation, that had to happen for business reasons, for financial reasons. Those things had to happen. I personally, I don't care. I'm going to watch the battle and I'm going to judge it for what it is. I'm going to blog on it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to give my honest opinion, because I'm sick of all these lies, bro, all this manipulation, bro, and all this crap going down, bro. That's why I started the channel, bro. That's why a lot of people don't understand, bro. I've noticed these things happening years ago, bro. Like, but when I started the channel, this is when I started noticing these types of things happening, these types of funny things, bro. Like, bro, how is this? Nah. So that's why I started my channel. That's why I even started it, bro. Was for this very reason. For this reason right here. Because if nobody's gonna call it out, I'm gonna call it out, bro. Let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know what y'all think. This video went a little bit longer than I thought it would, but you already know what it is, man. It's your boy Joe coming at you live and down right from the battle.